The Great Conflict, the Sin War, and the worlds these conflicts arise from, that are scarred or created due to these battles, can be the most beautiful and in other times the most horrifying. However, what or whom created these two sides of the conflict? Who shaped the burning hells and the high heavens? Who gave life to the archangels and the demons, the Angrous Council and the prime evils? Join me in this video as we explore the origins to the Diablo universe of how the eternal war had been forged in both light and darkness. In the beginning, according to just legend, there was one being in the universe, the deity known as Anu, the One, the Diamond Warrior. In the space there had been only one realm, known as the Pearl, to which Anu had resided. He was the sum of all things that are alive in the worlds of Diablo today, just like Christianity with their belief of God, the one that built the world and seeded life into it. The god himself was made of pure crystalline facets. He was the sum of joy, light, and goodness in the world. However, like the swing of a pendulum, there is always a darker side to each story. Where he retained the light and goodness, he would also contain that of darkness, evil, and sadness, which would be reflected throughout his form. Reflecting on this, he wished to retain a state of purity and perfection. Anu would release all of the dark and evil energy outward from himself, casting it outward into the void, along with the great sadness, so that Anu would only feel joy from his pure form. But in doing this, he would create an abomination known as the prime evil, Tathamet. Where Anu appeared in the form of a man, Tathamet appeared as a large beast, like a river with a large snake-like form, with appendages slithering outwards, spawning heads from each of them, with the center being the largest. With Anu being the form of good, light, and joy, Tathamet would be the embodiment of pure evil, God, and the devil. The two inside the pearl would be at odds, with Tathamet's form being the seven evils, the seven deadly sins: lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, and pride, with each head representing the three prime evils and the four lesser evils, with the three main heads being Diablo, Baal, Mephisto, and the rest of the heads representing Belial and Dariel, Duriel, and Azmodan. However, while the seven deadly sins in our world are different to the lords of the burning hells, which are as follows: Mephisto, the lord of hatred; Baal, the lord of destruction; Diablo, the lord of terror; and Dariel, the maiden of anguish; Duriel, the lord of pain; Belial, the lord of lies; and Azmodan, the lord of sin. Sin, lies, pain, anguish, hatred, destruction, and terror. Seven heads, seven powers in one form, Tathamet, the first prime evil. Inside the pearl, the two entities would battle for supremacy and dominance in a clash of light and dark. In the uncounted ages that passed, the two would continue to wage their fight against each other, with Tathamet scarring Anu, and Anu slicing through Tathamet, when eventually, after a millennia of battles, the two energies were spent. The two would build up their last vow of strength, and at last, the final blow was to be delivered to both, which had been so great, so terrible, so terrifying, that it would shatter the realm they shared, with light bursting outward creating the universe itself in one final explosion. Through this act, a new realm had been created, one that held the fate of this eternal warfare, with the remaining energies of Anu becoming the Eye of Anu, which was also known as the World Stone. It has been documented that his spine unraveled and later became the Crystal Ark, and over the several ages the high heavens would be formed, giving birth to the archangels. Tathamet, on the other hand, being no more than a blackened, smouldering husk of its once terrifying form, had begun to spiral into the darkness. The flesh of this deity formed the burning hells. The demons, like maggots, would writhe and wriggle out of the flesh, left to explore this dark new world that had been illuminated by the hot lava slithering outward, creating cracks in the land. The heads, however, would disconnect from the long snake-like tentacles and eventually became the 3 prime evils and the 4 lesser evils, with each of them creating their own realm of hell. The Great Conflict embodies the exact conflict that had been waged over the ages and eons prior to the lands of the burning hells and the high heavens even existing. To answer the question, the deity Anu had been the one who created reality out of his own aspiration to become better in his eyes. However, in doing so, he had spawned the darkest and most terrifying evil known to have existed, and the two battled until they both created the Big Bang event that poured an explosion of light and dark into the universe, like a blend of colors that shaped and seeded the world. However, who would be the true inheritors of Anu? Well, Zoltan Kull believed that humans or mortals, not angels or demons, had been the true inheritors of the deity. However, he would also think that humans were far stronger than Anu, due to accepting their demons and being far stronger because of it. So, the moral of the story? Embrace the demons who keep you up at night. Otherwise, they might just come into reality with a vengeance, just like what happened with the shedding of evil and darkness that Anu had contained. Before the end, one thing that I had found in my research on this topic that I found very interesting, Tathamet had been theorized to be the entity that had killed Y'Shaarj from the Warcraft universe, as the description had been a titan with 7 heads, each forming a Shah prime. Perhaps this had been the inspiration for the first prime evil, but I just thought it had been an interesting note to include here. But one question I would like you to answer for me this time: which out of the two would win a war? The Burning Legion from the Warcraft series, or the Lords of Hell from the Burning Hells from the Diablo series? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, then hit the like button. Comment your thoughts below and I look forward to hearing from you. Sign up to join the British Alliance today by hitting the subscribe button and ringing in the notification bell for all updates, as YouTube doesn't like to notify us when new videos go up unless the bell has been rung. A special thank you to all of my members for your extra mile support. It certainly helps in creating new content for all of you. If you would like to become a member of this channel today, then hit the join button and see which of the 3 tiers is right for you. And I will see all of you among the cosmos, and be sure to have a good one.